10,000 years after the disappearance of humankind, Earth rests beneath a silence deeper than memory. The cities we built, once blazing with light and noise, now stand like distant myths swallowed by time. What remains of us is scattered through forests, rivers, and oceans that have reclaimed every surface we once tried to control. The world no longer remembers our footsteps, but the ruins remember our shape. High above the land, where skyscrapers once glittered like blades of glass, nothing shines anymore. Steel frames lean under the weight of forests that sprouted from shattered rooftops. Trees rise through elevator shafts, their roots tangled in the rusted skeletons of machines that haven't moved in millennia. Branches sway where boardrooms once overlooked the skyline, and the soft sound of leaves has replaced the constant hum of electricity. Whole districts have vanished beneath layers of soil carried by storms, seasons, and centuries. What were once streets filled with traffic are now narrow valleys shaded by colossal ferns. In the darkness below, the cracked asphalt lies like a fossil, an ancient roadmap of a species long gone. In the old subways, water fills every tunnel. Stalactites drip from ceilings carved by time, and the air glows faintly with bioluminescent algae. Strange fish drift through abandoned platforms, weaving between the columns like silent passengers who never surface. The mechanical echo of trains is gone forever, replaced by the distant pulse of underground rivers. Bridges that once felt eternal have surrendered. Their arches sag and crumble into the rivers they tried to cross. Roots wrap around their supports like ancient serpents, pulling stone and steel into the current. What humanity built to connect itself now lies broken, becoming reefs where thousands of small creatures make their homes. In the old city centers, where crowds once flowed like tides, only the wind moves now. Moss blankets the steps of government halls. Ivy drapes across shattered windows. Entire floors have collapsed under their own weight, forming cliffs where wolves and wild cats prowl through the shadows. Nature has not just returned, it has taken command. Statues stand faceless in the overgrowth. Rain has erased the heroes they once portrayed. What were once symbols of nations are now anonymous stones surrounded by trees that grew from the very cracks in their foundations. Even language has faded from the world. The signs, the billboards, the carved inscriptions, all worn away until they are nothing more than patterns on forgotten ruins. Coastal cities have been swallowed by rising seas, leaving only the tallest towers standing as lonely islands. Coral reefs bloom around the remains of piers and harbors. Fish glide through empty office floors. Sea turtles rest in the shadows of crashed elevators. Every submerged hallway has become a sanctuary for new life. Far inland, deserts have swept over entire neighborhoods. Sand buries the lower floors of buildings and pours through the windows like slow-motion waterfalls. What once held air conditioners and glass walls now holds dunes shaped by winds older than any story we ever told. In colder regions, glaciers grind across the ruins. Ice bends steel. Frost shatters concrete. Whole suburbs lie preserved beneath layers of frozen time, waiting for a thaw that may never come. Everywhere on Earth, the same truth echoes. The planet has grown wilder, older, and more alive without us. The night sky, free from the haze of industry, burns with stars unseen for hundreds of generations. Vine-covered towers glow under the Milky Way. Forests whisper where neon signs once flickered. The world is darker, yes, yet somehow brighter than ever. Animal paths cut through city blocks in ways our maps never could. Herds move through former highways. Birds build nests in the hollow frames of streetlights. Frogs sing from balconies wrapped in vines. Life stretches into every corner we once claimed. And beneath it all, the ruins continue to sink, crack, and transform. Time is patient. Nature is patient. Together, they sculpt the last remains of human civilization into something unrecognizable. 10,000 years after people, the earth is not mourning us. It is not celebrating our absence. It is simply living, free, vast, and unstoppable. Our cities are no longer monuments to our progress, but quiet reminders of how temporary we truly were. And in their silence, the world has found its breath again.